Hey guys, what's up? Thank you so much for clicking on this video today. If you're new to the channel, my name is Carly. I have another half whose name is Emily, but she's not here for this week. And today I am just creating a Cranberry Smokey Eye grunge look. And if you're interested in how to create this look, just keep on watching. First, I'm going to select a nice headband so I can push my hair back and have a nice clean slate to work with. And before the video, I also washed my face and put on some chapstick to prime my lips for the lipstick later on. And the first product we're going to go in with is Femme Couture's Get Primed Face Primer. It's oil-free, so it's absolutely wonderful for anyone who has any oily skin. And you want that to set for about 1 to 2 minutes. And the first shadow we're going to go in with is from the Sephora palette, More Than Meets the Eye, and it's shadow number 15. It's a muted orange, so we're going to use that as our transition shade. And grab a fluffy brush and just move that into the crease. But we also want it to be kind of dark so you can layer it with that. And also, in that same palette, you're going to take shade 17, and it's a light brown, so that'll make it a little bit darker as well. The next shade we're going to go in with is a light pink from the Simply Sweet eyeshadow palette. And you're going to use a fluffy angled brush to get that into your crease and flick it out towards your ear so that way we can create a smoky look. And sometimes you'll have to pack it on a couple of different times because the color just isn't right. So you just want to make sure that is very pink. And the next color we're going to go in with is from that same palette, and it is a deep magenta, and you'll be using the same fluffy angled brush, but keep it towards your crease and also onto your lid, because our lid color is going to be a very translucent shade. So you want to make sure that it stays pink all over. And now you're just going to buff that out a little bit to make sure it stays smoky. And you'll also buff it out with that orange shade that we used before from the Sephora palette. And then from that same Simply Sweet palette, we're going to use a deep red and use a flat angled brush because you want to tap it into your crease and keep it very concentrated on the corner of your eye. The next shade is from the same Sephora palette and it is a very deep red. And you're going to use a small smudge brush so that way it will be flat and concentrated into your crease. And then the next shade we're going to use is called Nude Beach from Bare Minerals. And it is going to be placed on with a flat brush so that way you can pack it onto your lid. And now we're going to work on our eyeliner. I am using a liquid eyeliner from Femme Couture, and it is Get Lined. It's in the shade black, and we just want it to be very thin at the end and then thick towards the center. And then as you get closer to the corner of your eye, you're just going to make it as thin as possible. And for my foundation, I'm going to use Maybelline's Fit Me. It is in the shade 110 Porcelain, and I'm going to use it on a damp sponge and just use that beauty blender all over my face. You want to make sure that it buffs everything in. Gives you a nice dewy look at the end. And then the next thing I'm going to use is my concealer from L'Oreal Paris. It is called True Match in the shade Neutral Fair Light. And I'm just going to put that under my eyes and on the bridge of my nose and also in my forehead, but also covering up some pimples, which I have a lot on my chin. And then you're going to buff that out with that same beauty blender, and just use the tip so it's nice and pointy and gets into the small areas of your eye. And make sure not to mess up your eyeliner, but also make sure that it looks nice and clean. The next thing I'm going to go in with is L'Oreal Paris's True Match Powder in the shade N1 Soft Ivory. And I'm going to use a stiff, flat contouring brush to put that underneath my eyes and also underneath my cheekbones, so that way I can have a nice strong line on my contour. And for my contouring shade, I'm going to use Urban Decay's Naked Flushed palette and use their bronzing shade, which is a nice deep brown, with a fluffy contouring brush, and put it right into the depths of my cheekbones. And then we're going to go in with L'Oreal Paris's Infallible Pro Matte Foundation Powder with a big fluffy brush. And for our contouring, we're going to buff that out with Bronze Booster's Light to Medium shade. And we're going to use all 4 of the colors inside this palette. And use a stiff angled brush to buff that out and move it towards your cheekbones. Then we're going to take a big fluffy brush with no product on it and try and buff out that line, make sure it looks very natural. And then we're also going to take that bronzing color and put it towards our forehead and also underneath our chin. And then we're going to go in with a fluffy angled blush brush with Revolution's Hot Spice Ultra Blush Palette, and take the second shade in, which is brown with some nice pink undertones, and put that on the apples of our cheeks and just buff that out. And then for our highlight, we're going to take Benefit's High Beam Liquid Highlight and put a couple dots onto our cheekbones, the tip of our nose, and also the Cupid's bow of our lips. And then you want to use your finger to just tap that in and buff it out. And then you're going to want to set that liquid highlight with a powder, and we'll use Revolution's Vivid Baked Highlighter in Peach Lights. And use a nice fan brush and put that exactly where you put the liquid highlight. And then we're also going to highlight our corners of our eyes and also the brow bone, and use the second shade, which is a nice light shimmery pink in Revolution's Redemption Eyeshadow Palette. And you'll use a nice stiff smudge brush for that. And then we're going to go in with our Simply Sweet eyeshadow palette, taking a stiff round tip brush with the deep magenta color and put it underneath our eyes to finish off the eyeshadow look. And make sure it looks nice and smoky. And to smoke that out, we're going to use our fluffy brush with no product on it and just move the color downwards. And then we're going to take our NYX Voluminous Lash Mascara and just put that on our top eyes and also the bottoms of our eyes. And then off camera, I also curled my eyelashes, and you are very welcome to as well. Next, I'm going to go in with Essence's Kajal pencil in the shade Black, and I'm only going to use that on my waterline. Next, I'm going to wipe off the chapstick and any excess foundation that is on my lips, so that way I can get ready to put on some lip liner. And this lip liner is from NYX. It is in the shade 810 Natural. And we're only going to use that on the edges of our lips, instead of moving it in. Once you have a nice outline, you get to choose which lipstick you'd like. I went with MAC's Viva La Glam 2. It's a nice neutral brown shade. Alright guys, and to completely finish off the look, I just took a nice black scrunchie and put half of my hair up into a high ponytail. And that is it.
Alright guys, thank you so much for watching this week's video. I am so happy to have made this tutorial for you guys. The look was really fun to create. And don't forget, if you really liked this video, please like and subscribe. And if you have any questions or any comments on the look, don't forget to comment right down below. And I will see you guys next week.